Sidewalks and roadways around the Devon Tower were sprinkled with pieces of glass on Wednesday. Streets were shut down following the dramatic rescue of 2 window washers at the 900-foot downtown landmark. The sounds of traffic were absent on Sheridan and Robinson Avenues on Thursday as streets remained closed. Also absent, the brightly colored streetcars.
This is a critical area where we connect from the Bricktown and Downtown Loop. So with the closures that we currently have, it strategically pretty much puts us at a disadvantage of being able to even operate a northern or southern route. So what we've done in the meantime, though, is to provide some bus bridges, is what we call them. And so we have some smaller buses that we use to try to serve all the stops that are still accessible because the closures aren't in effect there.
City officials said it's necessary to keep the area surrounding the tower closed as more glass could fall. Devon officials said on Thursday they were working as quickly and as safely as they could to secure the exterior of the tower.
We do continue to have an ongoing situation with some pieces that are not 100% secured, and so that we have total confidence they could not fall from the building as we stand. We're working diligently. We're making significant progress in that regard, but we're still not to the point where we have everything secured with 100% confidence.
Myriad Gardens is also awaiting news from their neighbor. The downtown park is located directly across the street from the Devon Tower.
The perimeter around the gardens, Sheridan, Robinson, and Hudson, access to the park, access to Myriad Gardens is closed, and that's just our, abundance of security. We don't want any of our staff to get hurt from any pieces that might still be falling from the building, or any visitors to the garden still be falling. We spoke with Devon Security yesterday afternoon, and they encourage us to do the same until they're certain that other pieces of the building that were impacted, or other pieces of glass that may continue to fall, that wouldn't impact anyone.
We're working with the Myriad Gardens on some activities that they have planned. For instance, tomorrow the 6th graders at John Rex Elementary are going to have school here at the Devon Tower in a very safe facility, and we're going to be feeding them breakfast, feeding them lunch, and doing everything else we can to make them comfortable for tomorrow, and if it need be, after tomorrow. So we're certainly doing all we can in the community.
Until they get the all clear, the caution tape will remain in place, and security personnel will be working to keep the public from entering the park.
The perimeter around the gardens, Sheridan, Robinson, and Hudson, access to the park, access to Myriad Gardens is closed, and that's just our, abundance of security. We don't want any of our staff to get hurt from any pieces that might still be falling from the building, or any visitors to the garden still be falling. We spoke with Devon Security yesterday afternoon, and they encourage us to do the same until they're certain that other pieces of the building that were impacted, or other pieces of glass that may continue to fall, that wouldn't impact anyone. So
Devon Security says crews have been cleaning areas that have been deemed safe, but other areas will take time.
To date. So we had crews from Blackman Mooring, Perma Stelisa, and CDC, which is a consulting designing group for curtain wall design, all on site through the evening and through this morning, working on a plan to remediate the major issue that we're discussing, the glass that's hanging off the side of the building, which is what we considered Area 1 yesterday. So they are developing plans in place right now to remove that glass and get that in a safe area.
The company's neighbors will also inspect their property before opening back up to the public.
We'll certainly, before we take down any of the yellow tape and invite visitors back into the gardens, and certainly our staff, we'll do a thorough search to make sure that there isn't anything that would cause any harm to folks, whether they're out playing in Devon lawn in the grass or places like that. So we'll be really cautious of that before we open things back up again.
I know our standard procedure after major events and things of that nature is we have a device itself that goes out. It's like a small little tractor that with a big brush on it that cleans out the tracks. I'm pretty confident that that's something that's going to be put out into service before we put streetcars back out there. And that will, it's very effective at moving, ice that's stuck down. This will have no problem clearing that and helping get that cleaned up.
In a statement released on Thursday, Devon officials said, quote, "We understand this causes inconvenience and appreciate the continued patience of the downtown Oklahoma City community."